Hello and hi everyone. My name is Izan Safira binti Ibrahim. So now I'm going to tell you about my memory technique for Oxford's typology of language learning strategies. By the way, I'm using screencast-o-matic.com for my screencasting, and these are the features that you may find in nido.com. The first one is the highlighter. So you may want to add or remove the highlights from the page. So this is how you do. Okay, you go to the highlighter, and then let's say you want to highlight grouping involves classifying or reclassifying. This one is just for example. Alright, done. So see, it has been highlighted there. And let's say you want to remove it, so you just have to click on this sign and it's gone. Alright, and now let's move to the next feature. This is note. So you may want to add some additional notes. So this is all what you have to do. You click on the note and you can put it here. Okay. Alright, and now when it appears, so you can write anything that you want here, in anything that you might want to add for the point. And if you don't want it, you can remove it by clicking the same X sign, just like what I did just now for the highlighter, and then OK. Okay, the third feature that you can see here is a bookmark. Okay, the bookmark is used, you can put a bookmark like what I did here. Memory, cognitive, compensation, metacognitive, affective, and social. This is how you want to add a bookmark. You click the bookmark, and then you can change it into, for example, and you can choose a color here. It is advisable to use the different colors because it can help you to differentiate between the colors, which it signifies to. Then click OK, so you can see the test here. Alright, and then if you want to remove it, just click on the X sign and click OK. Alright, done introducing about the features. Now I'm proceeding to the techniques that I've been using from the Oxford's typology of LLS. So let us see the first one, using imagery. Since since I am a visual learner, so I learn best by seeing things. So if you have the same kind of learning like what I have, so you can use you can apply the same method too. And next is using keywords. Alright, this is the keywords. It is the combination of sound and images. So I think it is very helping for the learners because you can easily remember based on what you hear or read in a new language. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that this is under direct strategies, and the branches to memory. It is an explanation for memory strategies. So the next one is employing action. Sometimes I practice using physical response or sensation. This is where it may involve the physically acting out the new expression that has been heard. And also the second one is using mechanical techniques, the flashcards. Sometimes I use flashcards for my presentations. It helps me to jot some new words written on one side and also the definition written on the other side. Alright, now let's take a look to the next page. Alright, this is cognitive strategies, which means to understand and produce new language by many different means. So let's see under point of practicing. It's repeating. So I sometimes listening repeatedly to native speakers, but I normally watch it from YouTube where I could replay replay the movie on the YouTube, and that's what you can do too. And other than that, I normally practice using the way of recognizing and using formulas and patterns, because this is a great enhance the learner's comprehension and production. And now look up at number 4, translating. The strategy allows learners to use their own language as the basis for understanding what they hear or read in the new language. However, word-for-word translation should be avoided, and this is what I normally do because my parents read Malay newspaper, so I'm trying my best to translate the passage from Malay to English passage. Proceeding to the creating structure for input and output, and the first one is taking notes. This is an important strategy for listening and reading, so my advice, you can take notes during the lectures or maybe when you watch video you can also jot down some notes. And the next one is the third one, highlighting, because I love to highlight my book, but I'm using the different colors to differentiate between the example, definition, and also the main point. I think that's the end for the cognitive strategies, and now I'm moving to the next one, which is under compensation strategies. Alright, let's move to the below one, which is coining words. And yes, this is the coining words. It is making up new words to communicate a concept for which the learner does not know or have the right vocabulary. I think this is what I understand from this, where, for example, let's say in a class, suddenly your lecturer um, speak a words in new words that you don't know. First, you have to jot down it first, and then once you have find the meaning, you can try to make it familiar with you by talking about the concept of it. Alright, we have done talking about the direct strategies. Now let's take a look on indirect strategies. It is divided into three, which is metacognitive, affective, and social strategies. And this is the metacognitive. I choose to find out about language learning. So this is how you're making efforts to find out how language learning work by reading books and talking to people. In my opinion, you have to know what is the input that you get from reading book and talking to people. And if you read book, I think you can gain some new vocabulary. And if you talk to people, it enhance you how to speak well. Now let's take a look under effective strategies. There are two ways under lowering your anxiety. The first one is using music, and the second one is laughter. Music is the best way to make you to feel as calm as you wish, and if using laughter, you can laugh by watching funny movie or reading humorous book, listening to jokes or having joke with friends. And these two are very helpful, especially to lowering your anxiety. I think it helps a lot. And next, under encouraging yourself, by making positive statement is can help you to feel more confident in learning the new language. All I can say here, everyone need to be optimistic. Just think positive about yourself and think and make yourself believe that you can do it. And under encouraging yourself too is about rewarding yourself. This is how you make yourself. You give a valuable reward for particular good performance in a new language. For instance, if you can get an A in examination, so all you can do is like treating yourself go out and have fun, like treat your meal, your favorite meal. My lecturer used to give an advice. That advice is whenever we got a great achievement, it's how you appreciate yourself. Moving to the last page is about social strategies. It is it is how it helps students to learn through interactions with others and asking questions. This is where you ask for clarification. For example, in a class, you can ask the speaker to repeat, paraphrase, explain, slow down, or maybe give example if you do not understand. This is how to make sure that you get a clear cut on the certain subject. And next, I cooperating with others, especially with the peers. This is mostly involving working with other language learners to improve language skill. For example, um, in class, we're normally given a group. We're normally divided into several groups. So this is how you have. This is where you have to join the group discussion, be active in the communications, and that's all from me, I think. And thank you.